So I'll just share my screen then, and I have something amazing for you all today. So today, what we are going to do is that we are going to be building an AI automation. What it does is it accepts the name of a business and an ID, and that ID is specifically a Google Maps indicator. And it takes that and it runs it through an AI agent, and it extracts Google Map reviews of that business, and it like cleans up those reviews, because there's thousands of reviews. We only want to focus on those that make sense, and then it categorizes them into like three different sections. So you've taken a business and its ID, you've scraped the Google Maps tool for its reviews, and once you have those reviews, you've categorized them and you've put it into a document. So this is essential for marketing agencies, or especially when you're trying to maintain online reputation management or online reviews, just to get a sense of what the business is doing. So I have something like that for y'all today. But to get started, is everyone able to see my screen? Okay, great. So I want everyone to first sign up on this platform. It's called SERP API. SERP API is nothing but a Google search API platform. And as you can see on the left hand side, it has all of these different APIs that we can call in our innate and AI automation for a number of different purposes. So you have Google Maps API, Google Maps Reviews API. This is the one specifically that we are going to be using today. But apart from this, it has like Google Play Store API, Google Lightfast API, Amazon. It's got like Google Hotels, Flights, Finance, all of these different APIs to help you scrape data on a particular company or a particular brand to get its reviews on. So this is an extremely helpful platform. So this will take about 2 to 3 minutes at the most. I want everyone to log into this particular tool. It's going to ask you for your email address and a mobile number. So you'll get an OTP on your mobile, and you have to put that OTP and authenticate yourselves, so that you can get access to serpapi.com. So I've put the link into the chat. Just making sure everyone got it. So click on that and sign yourselves in. I'll give you about 2 to 3 minutes to get this done. It shouldn't take longer than that. Make sure recbin.com is also open, because that is how we'll get the information into our webhook on N8N. This is something we covered in a previous session. So for those who don't know, watch the previous session's recording. You'll understand exactly what a webhook is, why we are using Recbin. And Recbin is basically just uh, a platform through which you can test multiple APIs, and that's basically a front end that can be anything. But to keep things simple, we're just using Recbin. We can use like a lovable form or anything as well, which we will in a later session. But for now, we are just sticking to Recbin. So make sure you have your Recbin open as well, guys. Now go to your N8N and open up a new workflow. Name it reviews to insights, because that's what we're doing. We're taking Google Maps reviews and converting them into insights. And this is an extremely useful use case for a lot of different industries, like we just discussed. So make sure you hit save, um, add a webhook node first, because we need information data coming in from a third party tool. In this case, it's going to be Recbin. But and it, so yeah, this is, name this get reviews. Select the method to post, because we need to send the review forward into the automation, and for that we need to keep it to post. Once you have the test URL, copy that, go over to Recbin, paste it over here at the top, and in the bottom, these are the two things that we are going to pass from Recbin into N8N. So business name is Pirama Road, which is nothing but a car dealership in Sydney, Australia, and that is the business whose reviews we're going to extract through SERP API. And the place ID is nothing but the unique identifier of Google Maps for that business. And again, this is something you can very easily get from Google, ChatGPT, anything. You can take any business and its respective place ID. I've just taken this example, which again I got from ChatGPT itself. So again, nothing too difficult over here. Just gonna go over to this chat. I'm gonna make sure you copy this into your Recbin. Your where you send the information to has to be your post URL, test URL, post method of your webhook. Make sure you paste the correct one, and then hit listen for test event. Go back to Regbin, hit send, and come back and make sure you get this data into N8N. And let me know in the chat once this is done. So that way we've gotten the name of the business and the place ID, which is the unique identifier of that business on Google Maps from Recbin to N8N. And now we are going to go ahead with scraping its review. So I'm actually going to name this as get business. All right, who all are done with this first step? Put a yes into the chat. Super simple. So let me know once this is done. Let's go ahead. So yeah, now that we have the place ID and the business name, now we need to use this information to call the SERP API, SERP API Google Maps Reviews API and extract its reviews. For that, we are going to be using something called as an HTTP node. This is something we haven't used before, so this is a first. So make sure you go ahead and select HTTP request, and once you do that, you will need to include these three pieces of information into your HTTP request. So the method should be get, because we are trying to fetch the reviews, not send the reviews. So make sure you select HTTP request. You can put this as get reviews. Your URL is nothing but the SERP API standard URL. Again, this is something that ChatGPT will very easily give you. So I'm going to put that into the chat as well. Put this into the URL of your HTTP node by selecting the get method. And authentication can be none because you don't really need to authenticate anything at the moment. Enable search query parameters, because we need to define three distinct parameters to tell SERP API that this is our business ID and we are trying to extract reviews using this particular API. So for that, we have what you see in front of you, right? Engine and Google underscore maps underscore reviews. Your first query parameter key value pairs should be engine and Google underscore maps underscore reviews. So I'll paste that as well into the chat. Engine, Google underscore maps underscore reviews. This should be your first parameter. To add another parameter, just click on add parameter. Then in your second parameter, you have to put place ID, which is nothing but what we have from our previous node, which is the place ID, and then just drag and drop your place underscore ID there in the value. And then third, you have to put your API key of your SERP API account. So for that, it should be API underscore key. And to get your API key, go into your SERP API dashboard, click on API key, and you will see this. Copy your API. You'll see your API key over here. Just hit copy. Go back to your N8N, paste it. So let me just put first parameter. This is your second parameter, place underscore ID, and drag and drop second parameter. And then third parameter will be your API key. See, and then your API key, which like I showed you, you will get from your SERP API dashboard. So were you able to put the engine, place ID, and API key parameters in place? So understand, these are query parameters that your HTTP node is calling, right? Your HTTP node is nothing but a node that fetches data from another website or another platform. For that, it needs to know these specific parameters. What is it that you're trying to fetch, and through which provider? And every provider that exists has an API key, because without that, the HTTP node doesn't know that the data is coming from there. So that's why we have the API key for basically every platform that HTTP node fetches data from. And then we have Google Maps reviews, so that it knows we are scraping Google Maps reviews from SERP API, and specifically for this particular business ID, which we have from the previous node. So yeah, those three things the HTTP node needs. There are other things as well, like more complicated things such as headers, which are nothing but like your authorization means. And so this is something we'll cover in a different, in a separate class. But headers and body are also useful enablers of the HTTP node. But for today's session, we are just going to stick to query parameters, baby steps, one step at a time, because that is what will help you understand it and not get overwhelmed. So once you're done, please let me know. If you just scroll down a little bit in the snippet, are you seeing this? Got an amazing discount on my Toyota during the summer promotion. Totally worth it. This, that.
Yeah, I got it.
Great. So now you know, right? We have taken the SERP API's API key. We have called this specific API from the SERP API platform, which is Google Maps reviews, and we have run it for our specific business ID. So that for this particular business on Google Maps, we have scraped all of these reviews from Google Maps. So that is what we've done. Is that clear?
Yeah, yeah, it is clear.
Great, great.
So we
Okay.
can get the review for any business. That's what this API is doing.
Yeah, no, so business depends on this place ID that we sent, right? So if you replace this particular ID with another business's place ID, then for that business you will get the reviews. And API key is for SERP API, because we are using SERP API as the platform which has these multiple APIs in it to call for. So so that is what the API key is for, and the business is the place ID that we have.
Okay, so SERP API is the service provider, API service provider, which does
Aggregator. It's
the.
an API aggregator. It has a lot of different APIs that you can use to for different purposes. So we are currently using the Google Maps reviews API. This one. Do you see over place ID? All of these parameters it has. So we have used the place ID to define a specific business. In this case, it's Pirama. What is that? Pirama Road. Okay. What about the rest? I all on track? Is everyone else also able to execute and is at the same place as we are, or is someone stuck somewhere? Please let me know.
Just I'm following it right now. I'll practice after that.
Works, works.
Just get this ID, that place ID we can directly from Google and we can find that,
Yeah,
right?
even on Chat GPT, if you just ask it, give me the place ID and the business name for like laundry businesses in Australia, it'll give you a list of them. You can use any of those, honestly. All right. So I went ahead and what the next thing that I did was basically add a function node, because now we have all of these reviews, but if you like look closely, we have a lot of like we have a lot of reviews that we don't need either, like some spam reviews and some like one word reviews, one line reviews, so on and so forth. And we also need to limit the number of reviews, because these are some hundreds of reviews. We only want to work with 10, 20 reviews at the most to get a clear summary of some key metrics, which I'll show you in just a bit. So we need to introduce a function node, a code node that cleans up all of these reviews, right? For that, and what we need to do is that we need to add a function node. So type code in JavaScript, name it as clean reviews, and I already have this from my Chat GPT, but instead of just handing that to you, I'll tell you uh, I'll tell you a method as to how you can basically get this. So if you look at my Chat GPT chat, right, what I've said is that give me a node by node breakdown. So it's given me like a function node code, which is nothing but clean reviews and limited to 20. So what I want you to do is that I want you to open a HTTP node, copy this JSON that you have, go on to JSON, copy that whole thing, go into ChatGPT, paste it in a new chat, and it's super long as you can see. Paste it, hit Shift Enter twice, and then say that give me the function node code to clean up these reviews and limit them to 20 for the rest of my N8N AI automation, and hit enter, because we're doing two things over here. We need a code node to clean up, like I told you, spammy reviews and one line reviews, and limit the output to 20 reviews straight. So it's gone ahead and given me exactly that. So I'll copy that, go back to my function node, paste it, and execute step. So far so good. Everyone on the same page, guys? So add AI agent, select define below. Your chat model should be OpenAI. We've already configured this from a previous session. So if you're stuck over here, please watch our previous session to understand how this works. And for AI agent, your prompt has to be something like this. So this is what your prompt should basically be like. So you are a business consultant. Based on the customer reviews, identify the top 3 customer complaints, top 3 customer strengths, and 3 actionable improvements the business should implement. So this is our AI agent telling us what to do based on these reviews. So copy and paste that, and your reviews should be nothing but a drag and drop of your total reviews used. So I'll just copy this prompt and I'll share it in the chat so that you can copy paste it in your AI agent node and hit execute step. Here. Go ahead, copy and paste what I just shared into the chat in your AI agent node and hit execute step. Are you getting this output? You can name this AI agent as reviews to insights, because that's precisely what it's doing. Save. Okay, did you get the output?
So I can execute only the AA.
Yeah, did you copy paste the prompt that I shared in the Zoom chat?
Yeah. I just execute that. It says node executed successfully.
Okay. Are you seeing this
And
output?
I'm getting output. I'm getting output as JSON complaints, no customer reviews provided for analysis.
Yeah. So
Improvements.
one second. Watch out for these things. The first one is complaints. The second one is strengths.
Strengths.
So, yes.
Yes.
Strengths should
Improvements.
be
Strengths and improvements.
yeah, correct. Wait.
Yeah, I got that.
So complaints, strengths, right here, and then improvements, because this is exactly what we asked our AI agent to do. And then did you drag and drop this from the previous node as well, the total reviews? Are you seeing this in green in your prompt?
I just copy pasted by your prompts.
Yeah,
It is
so
working fine.
it's
Same
correct.
thing I'm also having.
It's coming in green, right? This is green, right? Just making sure of
Yes. Yeah. No, the prompt is executed and I got the output.
correct. Yeah, I know, but I'm still asking because oftentimes you will still get the output, but your dynamic variable will not be green. It might be red because yours might be named something else. So that's why I'm asking.
Okay. I got green.
Okay, this is coming green, right? For you also.
Yes, green.
And
Yes.
just to double check, in your input, do you see this input over here?
Yeah, input is there.
Under clean reviews, do you see the first thing as total underscore reviews underscore used?
No, I'm having reviews underscore text and total reviews used, place name, place rating.
First, clean reviews is there in under input.
Under input.
Input clean reviews like this, or whatever you have named your node, the function node, basically the function node.
Yeah. Reviews function node is there. Yes.
Correct. Now expand it.
Yes.
Expand it. Okay. Now the first thing that you see, what does this say? What does this say for you?
Reviews underscore text.
Reviews underscore text, and do you see a number besides it, 7 or 8 or anything like that?
Sometimes I'm having total reviews used is 8. I'm having that.
Okay, correct. So now select this full thing and hit backspace. Under reviews, select this, hit backspace,
Okay.
and drag and drop this in underneath this reviews.
Okay.
Did you?
Done. Yeah, done.
Done. And now hit execute step.
Yeah, I execute that.
Correct. Same. Are you getting the same thing? Complaints, strengths, and improvements.
Yeah. Now I got a bigger JSON.
Correct.
Like what you got. Like I got the same thing what you got.
Correct. So this is what you need to do to make sure that this is your dynamic variable which is being referenced, because we are telling the AI agent that based on the reviews, give me these 3 key items: customer complaints, strengths, and improvements in this particular format. And the dynamic variable over here is the total reviews used, so that we are dragging and dropping and hitting execute step. So is that clear now?
Yeah, selecting the schema is very useful actually to drag and drop the variables. I was checking JSON. After you told select the schema, it was very easy.
That's true. So yeah, so see, JSON, table, and schema are nothing. They're the same data, they're just represented differently in different forms. So when you have to drag and drop, schema is very helpful. When you have to just look at the data and understand if it's correct or not, JSON is very helpful. And to copy paste and put into ChatGPT, JSON again is super helpful, because you can just copy the whole item once, put into ChatGPT, and tell ChatGPT that this is where I am, tell me what to do next, or this is my error, tell me how to fix it, so on and so forth. All right, so good, correct, good, right? Are we good so far? Hit save.
Me, it's okay. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So basically now all we need to do is now you need to add the last node. So just click on that, type convert. You will see a convert to file option. Click that and then select convert to HTML and hit execute step. You will get something like a data in the binary format. Done? Is this done? Convert to file?
Yeah, I got the HTML. I just shared it in the chat window.
Oh, you downloaded it?
Yeah, I downloaded the HTML. I opened the HTML and I got this output and other complaints, trends, and improvements.
Yep.
Three reviews.
Exactly. So do you understand? And again, now if you want to clean this further, right? If you want to remove this JSON and all these curly brackets and square brackets and all, you can add an additional function node um, over here. Before convert to file, you can add an additional function node and tell ChatGPT that I want to remove all these. I want to clean this up and remove the curly brackets and all that to get a clear output. So it'll give you the code for that, and then you can convert it to HTML. So we have taken a business name and a business ID. We have run it through SERP APIs, Google Maps reviews API. We've gotten the reviews. We've given it to an AI agent. We've converted those reviews into insights, and that we've converted into an HTML file. So again, this can be a Word, Google Doc. This can be, you can add it to your Google Sheets. You can send it out as an email, anything you want. This can be basically your choice. And if you want it to be cleaner, then you can add another function node before it to clean up the brackets and all that. So yeah, so that basically covers up today's AI automation. Was this helpful? Did you understand what we did today and how it's useful and all the steps that we took to accomplish that?
Yes.
Amazing. Great. So any questions?
Okay.
Watch today's session, the last 3 sessions, because we've covered very different use cases. We started with an email reply agent, then we did a Telegram bot, then we did lead scoring and email outreach, and then today we did a reviews to insights AI agent. So all of these are very different use cases. We've used different nodes, different APIs in all of them. Watch all of them, practice that step by step, and wherever you get stuck, we'll discuss it next week.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.